It's time for the Raleigh Roadshow.
Welcome back to another edition of the Raleigh Roadshow, and today we are here with a great group. I had heard these guys before in a few venues around town and thought that I would get them in for the show, and we have MikeMickXer here today, and we'll go through and let these guys introduce themselves.
I'm Mike Davis. I'm the guitar player and lead singer.
Nick Boylan, I play the bass and the keys.
I'm Cary, I'm a part-time photographer, and sometimes I play the drums.
So, you know, it's quite an interesting name that you all have there. So who wants to discuss how the name came about and what's the significance of the name?
All right, Doc, you really want me to tell everyone this? Okay. I'll tell you, when we got started in 2009, it was the beginning of 2009, we were in a Zydeco band for a while, and we had a show with you, and it was just the three of us going to be doing it, and so I think that day, Nick shows up at the gig that we're playing at with this name, and I had to first learn how to pronounce it. MikeMickXer? MikeMickXer, that's what we're calling it. Okay. All right, we'll have fun explaining that, but that's essentially how the name came about. It was really Dr. McBoylan's idea.
Really, it was Mike Davis, Boylan, and the X Factor, Cary.
The X Factor, the X-Man right there on the end. Okay, I can hang with that. So, you know, and one thing that really caught my eye, ear, and everything when I heard you guys is the complete eclectic genre of music that you play. You've got rock, country, blues. The country song that really caught my eye, and I asked these guys to play it for me. Every time I see them is Mr. Dwight Yoakam, and there's very few country bands that I see that actually will play Dwight Yoakam. So this is a great treat for me when I come out to see these guys. Do you guys want to talk about some of your influences and the types of music you enjoy or you have in your MP player, iPod, anything like that?
Well, it's a huge eclectic mix. I mean, I think that's one of the things that brought us together because we all really love different genres of music. Everything from blues to reggae to Zydeco music to rock, to rockabilly, soul, R&B. All those music forms have traits that we can all relate to. And it's things that we all grew up on, and you know, I just love every genre of music there is. Everything from Latin to rock to reggae to hip hop to jazz. So it's one of those things where, you know, if it has the beat and the rhythm, I'm on top of it.
Well, who would be some names a few of your favorites that if you couldn't live without, who would you have to have?
Wow. Well, you know, from a drumming perspective, James Brown is one of the biggest influences.
Amen on that.
But then, you know, going from James Brown to, you know, Dave Matthews Band, which is more of a current band, all the way to Tito Puente, you know, some different Latin groups, going back to the Crusaders, and Steely Dan, Santana, Van Halen.
There we go, Van Halen, my favorite. Go ahead, man. You can talk about some of your other songs.
These guys know just about every type of music, every group. They go back, they have encyclopedic minds when it comes to music. I really don't. I just like, I know what I like.
Right.
Johnny Cash, Bob Marley, all the Motown stuff.
Right. Yeah. And you know, these are songs and groups and things that have stood the test of time. You know, I can go out and listen to some of the newer stuff. It's not my favorite, but you know, you don't get a lot of soul from a lot of the stuff that's put out these days. There are some exceptions to the rule, but for my personal taste, a lot of the newer stuff is very processed, and you don't get that feel, that soul, that vibe that you do from a lot of the stuff that was made, before 10 years ago. So, and how about yourself, some influences?
Yeah, basically this is a dream band for me because the town I grew up in Greenville, and we had this one radio station I grew up with, and it would play everything. So you would hear Aretha Franklin right after you heard Johnny Cash, right after you heard James Brown. It just played everything, and so that was really where I got my start from, and that's the thing that really influenced me. So it's really, this band is allowing me to play all the stuff that I grew up listening to, and it was a wide variety of things. And when I was first able to buy my own music, my own money, I went out and just bought all those artists that were just being played on the radio at the time. And I was also turned on to a lot of new stuff too. So yeah, definitely people like the White Yoke, the Stones, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, and even non-musical people like Mel Brooks. Biggest influence as well.
One of the things that we talk about here on the show, and it's somewhat of a recurring theme, is that there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into what you guys do and a lot of the other bands around town do. I've gotten some of the other bands 2 cents worth, and I'd like to hear about you guys as far as their family, friends, things that you sacrifice, but it's a double-edged sword because you also get a lot of the, and for people who don't understand being in front of a group of people, there's sort of a natural euphoria that you get from performing and having people enjoy what you do, and they get out and they dance for you. So talk about that for just a moment.
Well, that's one of the biggest things is that, you look into the crowd and you see that they're really enjoying what we're doing. And sometimes they're really surprised at what we're doing, at the variety of what's going on. It's everything. It's all over the map. There's no one thing that can really describe what we do. But it's one of the biggest thrills that we get out of this. At least I know myself, is just watching people sit and enjoy us. So it's really the biggest thing about being in this band.
And we forgot to mention Elvis is one of the guys that you all play regularly, which again you won't hear that anywhere else in town. So if you're out on the town and you see MikeMickXer on the bill, you got to go listen to some Elvis because there's nothing like it. So, and how about you, Mick? As far as sacrifices, family, friends, those sort of things. A lot of people say, yeah, let's go join a band, let's make a band, but it's wonderful for one side, but a lot of people don't understand that there's some things that you have to do to sacrifice to do that.
Well, there's a lot of work in a band, and we tell people the music's free, loading in, loading out, setting up, that's what you're paying for. But the other sacrifices are on your personal time. We play a lot. We like to play a lot. It's what keeps us tight. It's what keeps us growing and interested in it. So there's a certain sacrifice on the family side of things.
And one of the things to consider is that, music really is our high. So when you're on stage, that euphoric moment that you're talking about, it's happening for 3-4 hours, for us. So it's really a wonderful thing to be able to be a part of something that gives you that opportunity to express yourself through music. Music is one of the great motivating forces in the world. It's obviously one of the universal languages, so it's very easy to touch people with a lot of different styles, and so that's the beauty of this band. We have such a wide variety that we like to play, and I think that plays well in a lot of the clubs and venues that we play, because there's different tastes, and people have varied tastes that they like, and we try to give them a little bit of everything, and it's something that's a part of us. We're not faking it. This is what we really love to play and what we really love to do.
Well, of course, it's summertime, as you can see on camera here.
Yes,
I'm a little
he is sweating.
sweltering here. But you know, there's a lot of bands that are coming into town. Do you all go out and see any of the national acts that come into town? Anybody that you are looking forward to seeing or hearing this summer?
We don't really have time to. Usually when our favorite bands are playing, we're playing. So there's a lot of things I like to see. Of course, there's some things that aren't going on that like for instance, Roger Waters is coming next week, and I'd love to go see him. But I recently found out where he was playing, and it's on a night that I've got other things going on. So we really don't have time. So
Well, Sesame Street on Ice is supposed to be coming.
yes.
And I would really like to go see it, so I might have to take
That's
that
for
right
the
off.
young
Yes.
ones. Yeah, exactly. Mick, did you have any bands? Or
Like I said, you don't have time. The two acts I would like to see would be Michael McDonald and Tony Bennett. I would really love to see that.
Fantastic, yeah. I've never seen Michael McDonald, but one of my favorite writers, performers of all time. Definitely has a lot of soul to that white guy.
Yes, he does indeed.
So, any other projects that you all are involved with, teaching, any other band, musical projects that you all are involved with that you'd like to talk about?
Well, in the summertime, I play with a steel drum band called Paniello, but we play just mostly down at the coast. We rarely ever play here in town, but most of my time is with these guys, and the things we got coming up later. We got an album that we're going to put out, and I'm really looking forward to that. So we're just basically putting our focus on that right now.
For MikeMickXer, you guys are putting out is it all original music, or are you doing mostly covers, or how's that?
It's going to be half and half.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, that would be great, you know. If and when it comes out, we'd be happy to put that out on the... when that comes out, we will put that out on our Facebook and YouTube and all that good stuff, because we're here to promote the local bands and musicians. That's what we're here for. And did you all have any other projects that you have going on?
Yeah, well, right now, MikeMickXer just takes up so much of our time, and it's great, you know, so we don't mind devoting all of that to this band. Every now and then I'll have side projects. I've worked with another guy, Jay Swan Band, which is kind of an R&B cover style band, but for the most part, I think most of our efforts are here, and I think it's paying off for us.
As for me, no other musical projects. I'm just counting the days to my retirement from my real job, which is the most important thing right now for me.
That sounds like a plan to me. But I just wanted to say in closing here that I appreciate you guys coming on to the show. It's a new show, and we appreciate the support that you've given us here. We will give all the support that we can give, put you on TV, support you through our website. We'll have pictures taken tonight and put that out on there as well. But again, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to do this with me today. And of course, for all you out there in TV land, we ask through the Raleigh Road Show that you go out and support your local music scene, and together we can help the local bands and musicians keep their show on the road. Thanks. Randy here again with the Raleigh Road Show, and we're here with Ms. Peggy, and we wanted to ask you, because we hear you are the biggest fan of MikeMickXer, so we wanted to ask you why you enjoy their music so much.
Because they're good. I mean, they're very talented.
And I completely agree with that. I was totally blown away the first time I saw the guys. I guess it was probably 6-8 months ago, the first time that I actually saw them. And I was like, it was ridiculous, because they play anything from, Elvis, which
oh yes,
you know as well as myself, the king of rock and roll. There's no replacing. You were born in Memphis.
Yes, and I saw several of Elvis's concerts, and I've been to Graceland. So I know about Elvis,
So
but
here's
Mike does a wonderful job of
oh,
Elvis.
does fantastic job.
Yes.
Elvis, Johnny Cash, a lot of the older artists. Like I said in our original interview, that's the music that stood the test of time. These are the artists that made a contribution to music. So it really means it's a big deal to have someone honor them and do it well. I mean, you can go out and hear some artists and some bands and they play the music and play the song, but it's it's sort of half.
I know. But all three of these young men are very talented,
Yes.
and we enjoy their music very much.
Well, it's a great thing to come out and see someone as young as yourself out enjoying the music, dancing. From what I hear, you're the first one and the last one on the dance floor when MikeMickXer is out. So.
I try.
So the last thing I want to ask is if MikeMickXer or Elvis were out, who would you want to go see first?
Well, now, Mike, of course. I mean,
And
Mike's right here. I'd
of
have to go
course.
somewhere else to see Elvis.
you'd have to travel on a spaceship to see Elvis on some foreign
Wherever.
somewhere in the universe to see Elvis, of course. So it was wonderful talking to you again. Come out and see MikeMickXer. They draw from the youngest to the even younger, and we just enjoy them. And I thank you for your time.
Hey everybody, this is Wendy with the Raleigh Road Show. We're checking out MikeMickXer tonight. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are
Great.
you?
What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Megan, and I'm from Cary.
Joanna from Cary.
Have you seen the band before?
Yes, I used to work here, and they used to play all the time, and they still do, but they're just amazing. We love them.
Actually, I went to a summer party this year, and Mike was there, and their band was awesome. They played at a single home party, and they did great.
There's something for everybody with what they play, and their crowd is so diverse that they bring, and they always bring a great crowd, so.
Yeah, I agree. It's all ages of music, So we appreciate you guys coming out. You're looking hot tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Mike. You
Thanks.
rock.
Thanks for supporting the band.
Okay, thank you.
You can check us out at Raleigh T. Sorry.
I like that blooper. We don't have to do this again, do we?
Just her.
Thanks for joining us at the Raleigh Road Show, and you can check us out at facebook.com or
Hey
RTN.
everybody, it's Randy with the Raleigh Road Show, and we are here with one of the wives of one of the performers of MikeMickXer, and that is the wife of Mr. Mike. So let's give us a little insight on him. He's quite a character. He was a great interview tonight. So what's it like living with a living legend such as Mike? Talk about that.
Yeah, I think he's a living legend, and there's a couple of things that really stand out in my mind. First, I get so much joy watching the band because Mike, Gary, and Mick love so much what they do. It feeds their soul, and you can just see it come out of their eyes. They're just so happy when they're up there, so I find that very gratifying. And Mike, to me, is very much akin to a human jukebox. I've seen people call out the most random names for songs, and he just starts breaking into it. He can't remember my birthday. He can remember our anniversary because we got married on Halloween, but besides that, forget about it. But he knows every song ever written by man. I don't understand.
I think me and Mike were cut from the same cloth because I am the same way. You can ask friends and others of that if there's a situation or song come up or a name, I break out into some sort of song. So I think we're two souls of the same piece there. So. And the great thing about these guys is it looks like they really enjoy playing together, and they really it's nice to see that here out in the music scene, and I think that for yourself, we had talked to Mike and the guys about the sacrifice and stuff, and that's part of what goes on with being in the music scene, whether you're the performer or you're the family friend or whatnot. Can you talk about that for a second for me?
Sure, and to tell you the truth, I don't know how these guys do it. All three of them work full-time jobs in addition to playing as much as they do. It's amazing to me. Mike and I are relative newlyweds. We've only been married 4 years this Halloween, and occasionally I would like to, date my husband, but this is it. This is our dating. If you watch the keyboard player's wife, Nancy, I'm not sure where Nancy is right now, but if you watch the keyboard player's wife, Nancy, she will slow dance just by herself because Mick is playing keyboards. So it is a trade-off. We get to see them do what they love, and then go home and watch them fall asleep when we're driving them home. It's a good life, but sometimes I wish that we had a little bit more time to see other bands or to eat dinner together, but it doesn't matter. As long as he's doing what he loves, I'm happy.
Right. And of course you all share that together, and that's the big thing. I think when you commit to a music man, what's the old Journey song? Loving a music man ain't always what it's supposed to be.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's fantastic to see the support that MikeMickXer has, and I've appreciated you coming out and interviewing with us tonight. And we wish you all the best, and hope everybody comes out to see MikeMickXer.
Do you need a schedule? I can get you. Do you need another? Yeah, come out and see MikeMickXer. They're like no other band you'll ever see.
They are. Thank you. Hey, Raleigh Roadshow fans. Here today we're looking at MikeMickXer and band members Mike Davis, Gary Greer, Mick Boylan, and we're just, had a great time with these guys. I had seen them a few times before and thought it would be really a unique experience to see these guys and let you all hear them play. See what kind of guys they are. As you can see from the interview, it was really interesting to talk with them. It's really just an eclectic group that are just great musicians. I mean, the musicianship of these guys is really phenomenal. When you hear them, it's a big sound. They just put out a huge sound. Reminiscent of a Rush type of band. I mean, they don't play that genre of music generally, but it's just really interesting to hear three guys put out such a great sound. I mean, Mike on the guitar, then you have Mick on the keyboards and Gary on the drums. It's a great combination. I mean, it's obvious from the interview that these guys get along. They enjoy playing with each other, and of course that's expressed through their music. And that's some of what you look for when you go to see a band. You can tell the guys like each other. They feed off of each other's energy. It's just great. I think that they play just a real eclectic kind of music. I mean, that's what makes them interesting as well. I mean, they play in things like Marley, Elvis, Gay, Redding. Then you got, like I said, Dwight Yoakam, which a lot of the country bands and artists in the area either don't play or can't play Dwight Yoakam's tunes. Then you got Sam Cooke, Johnny Cash. I mean, it's sort of, you're getting such a wide variety of music when you go out and see these guys. I mean, you can see in the clip here now, they're just enjoying what they're doing. Great entertainers. I mean, Mike's incredible on the guitar, and just you can see, obviously, he just loves being in front of people entertainer, you know, there's just something to be said about going to see someone and not just they're sitting there standing in front of you and not moving around, playing guitar or whatever. I mean, this is really an entertainment experience. I mean, you know, you've got great artists who are not good entertainers, and then you have great entertainers who are not good musicians. And you know, these guys really combine it all. I mean, you know, you get the musicianship, you get the entertainment value, um, just a great experience. And again, Mike is a big driving force, and you know, you have Gary and Mick in the background, but these guys bring their own sort of entertainment. Mike and Gary, if they weren't musicians, would probably be comedians somewhere, and you know, that's part of the entertainment of seeing these guys play. I mean, those two really feed off of each other, and Mick, I think he sort of enjoys that from what I saw from listening to these guys in the interview. But we just here at the Raleigh Road Show really enjoyed seeing these guys. When you see them out on the town, go up and say hello. Tell them that you saw them on the Raleigh Road Show. I think they would really appreciate that. They were really excited to be on the show. So go and check out MikeMickXer. It's the Raleigh Road Show.